Igbo kwenu, Igbo kwenu, Igbo kwezuenu. Ha, ndị chili echichi ma na alụmịtọ, na alụmịtọ. Mụ bụ nna bụ enyi na ụmụ Chukwu dị na Ụmụani na Ọzala Nkanu West, n'Enugu steeti. Ọ bụ na ịmara ịmalụ. That is just for my people. If you didn't understand what I said, my apologies. And I hope you guys can hear me. I hope the audio is very well. And today I'm just gonna, round off with what I started yesterday. So just a continuation. Yesterday I was really pissed off by all the things that's been going on. As an Igbo man, with a lot of respect for all my friends in other tribes and religions, I was really pissed off. So I had to do that program yesterday. Very nice review about the program. I thank everybody who was part of the program. Go and check out that program where I was talking about Igbophobia and Isiago phobia, the lion head thing. So if today is your first time of encountering us, either you're encountering us on our worship media, WMTV, or on YouTube, or you're encountering us on the Igbo channel, also on YouTube, I'd like to welcome you. I want to thank you for joining us. Or peradventure, you're even joining us from Facebook, you're also welcome. Mike said, what is going on? How come the option to forward is not available? I don't know, man. Facebook is just very funny. YouTube is funny too. Look for copy the thing. If you're watching on your phone, I don't know what you're gonna do to make it work. I really don't know. But good evening, Idada Festus. Good evening, Michael Fabumi. Yes, guys, there must be a way for you to forward it. Just check, because it's important, yes, that you help us forward this video. And please subscribe if you are not subscribed to us already. Please subscribe, click the notification bell. Dr. Erica says copy and paste. Copy and paste will work. So please do that. Thank you so much, Michael Fabumi, for helping to share the video. Guys, please help share this video, because here we try to break things down, and here we are not shy about the truth. We are not shy about just saying things exactly the way it is. Jude Tochukwu, yes, so oh yeah, my friends and my Igbo brothers and sisters and my Biafran people, we're gonna gather. My beautiful people inside Nigeria, gather. It is important. And if you're a member of this club, this one is special for you. If you know, you know. But if you know, you know. So make I test the people who know. Utru. By the kind of response I will get now in the chat section, I will know whether you know. Say some people know and some people don't know. And some people don't even know that they don't know. But if you know, you know. The people will understand, they go soon type something, then you go know say they know. Because when you hear Utru, again, you go know the answer. All right, today, these people I don't understand. You see this man they call Abba Kyari. The more the days are going, the more we are understanding clearly about this man. There is so much gist about this man, it is unbelievable. And today, I want to, just for the sake of a lot of people who don't understand the case of this Abba Kyari, because when I was saying some things, I discovered that some people didn't even understand the whole gist. But I'm going to give you a brief rundown so that you understand how this Abba Kyari man was. That's just in a summary. After that, I'll now come and point out again how IPOB is not your problem. Abba Kyari, listen to me. IPOB is not your problem. Igbo people are not your problem at all. Do you know how many people you have destroyed? I was listening to one guy today. I didn't listen to the whole of his video, but Ikenga, I listened to his it was doing a live video. I don't know if I can catch it and show you guys a little bit of it. He was reading out a list of people that Abba Kyari killed. Remember that Evans, and every time I like to put a disclaimer here, I am not supporting Evans. I don't know. I'm not here to prove to you that this kidnapping was good. I'm not saying that. I don't even know the true story. Now only Vitus Nana understand. Utru Beke, Utru don't Beke today. I'm going to buy a small bell now, so that when I knock bell, you know, say the thing don't scatter. So this man, this guy I was telling you about, on his Facebook page, he was talking about Abba Kyari and was listing for him the people that he has killed. Ikenga Urago. The thing was shocking to me. I'm telling you, this guy was mentioning names, names upon names upon names. And like I told you, Evans had already talked about the people that this man wasted. The people that this man wasted. In fact, I'm going to go to that video, and maybe in the course of playing it, we will hear the names that he listed. Because sometimes it's better when you hear it from the mouth of certain people. Then you will understand what I'm telling you about. I'll come back and read about it. But here in Canada, a lot of times when there's been a case of a mistrial, okay? Chukuma Anthony, thank you so much. When there's a case of mistrial, if they've discovered that maybe a doctor who was giving testimony in a case, down the road they come and discover that this doctor did some things and they have reason to suspect what he did. You know what they'll do? They'll go and review every case where that doctor testified, and they would set a lot of those people free. So now that we are discovering that Abba Kyari Abba Kyari was just a crook, a huge crook. Now that we know that Abba Kyari is a crook, the government has to go back and review all the cases, all the killings, extrajudicial killings. There are names of people. And is it not funny? Is it not funny that most of your customers, Abba Kyari, were Igbo boys and Igbo families? They could not talk. How come? Now that place where crime just full, only in Igbo land, only amongst Igbo people. You will come all the way from Lagos to Anambra, come and be arresting people. The problem is not that you're arresting them, but after arresting them, there will not be any evidence about them. Law. Thank you so much. No evidence about these people that you arrested. Evans said that you made him confess to all those crimes after you killed 6 people in front of him. And you know, it sounds strange, but remember that when Evans' case came up, and the judge asked, where are the other witnesses that were arrested with Evans? And Abba Kyari's answer was that those people died in custody during investigation. How come that case just ended? Are you beginning to see what I'm saying? But don't quote me in saying that maybe Evans did not do anything wrong. But now when you see that Hush Puppy even sent him after somebody and he went, do you know where the true story is now? Evans just started talking. Just this January, Abi is it February? Just recently, Evans started talking. This story is still getting more and more juicy. But the things I'm beginning to see in the story that is making me really upset is why it must be around Igbo people. Super criminal. I'm telling you. Good evening, Pierre Mweze. Big ups to you. So let me go and play Ikenga's video. And maybe Ikenga, I'm hoping I'll get that part where he was talking about Abba Kyari. When I heard it, I was like, now, wow, things they happen. Oh. So this is Ikenga Urago. I'm going to play his video. And I'm hoping that we'll get that part. This thing. Why are you not talking? Okay. I'm hoping we'll get that part.
This morning, I want you to try as much as you can to pay close attention. Forget about things our enemies may come online to talk. Forget about the insults on our comments. It doesn't move us. Remember that we have been on this game for years. To United States of America. They will not, because Nigeria is a country that celebrates criminals. There is a man by name
It's going to start.
I want you people to pay close attention. There is a man by name Evans Chukwudi Onwamadike, whom according to Abba Kyari is a kidnapper. And Abba Kyari and his gang of criminals arrested Evans with some of Evans' friends. I am not here to justify anyone. Either am I here to say that anyone or anybody is not what he or she is being accused of until the person is proven guilty. I will not say the person is or not until the person is proven guilty. But the question is, with the character of Abba Kyari and his gang, do you think what Abba Kyari accused people of is true? Now, I want us to look at something. Every blessed day, Evans goes to court. Every blessed day, I do have somebody who report to me everything they discuss or say in that court. So my information comes from that very person that I always send to go to court. Evans is from Nnewi, of course. So by all means, you know that every day Evans appear in the court, there must be somebody from Nnewi there who always report to me, this is what happened. And I'm going to tell you people some things that you may reinvestigate. When Abba Kyari arrested Evans, remember, I want you to put this thing aside of your mind as we dwell in this topic. Remember that he was accused of engaging in human organs harvestation by the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. And now, Abba Kyari arrested Evans alongside with some people from Abia State, from Anambra State, from Imo State, almost all the states, even from Bayelsa. Now, the question is, where are those people? But I want you to put that one aside. Now, when Abba Kyari arrested Evans, there is a lot of things Abba Kyari took from Evans' house, like jewelry, worth of 300 to 400,000 US dollars. There is books. Now the question is, Abba Kyari, where is the jewelry? But let's put that one aside. Now, let's go to. I want to ask Abba Kyari. You arrested Chinemerem Felix Kanu from Alochukwu, Abia State. Abba Kyari, you also arrested one Mr. Eric Ezera from Imo State. Abba Kyari, you also arrested one Soyo Paul from Bayelsa State. Mr. Abba, you also arrested one Chukuma Nwosu from Abia State and one Mr. Chibuzo from Anambra State and the Peter from Bayelsa State. Now, I want to ask Abba Kyari, where are those people you arrested Evans with? The last time I checked, the High Court asked Abba Kyari, where are those people that he said that those people died in the course of investigation. Now, but the court of Nigeria, the Injustice Court of Nigeria, refused to ask Abba Kyari they died how. You accuse somebody of being a kidnapper, and the person died before the conclusion that he's a kidnapper. So meaning that you killed the person before you can prove, you never even approved, because the last time I checked, you guys are still having Evans with you. So other people you arrested Evans with, you killed them. Look, I want to let the so-called Nigerian know something. When you are accused of being a thief or a criminal, it's not enough to kill you until the court of competent jurisdiction approved that indeed that you're a criminal. But when Abba Kyari was asked in the court, according to my informant who was in the court that day, Abba Kyari said that these people died in course of investigation. But how? Abba Kyari didn't explain. Now, I will tell you people what happened. Abba Kyari killed one Mr. Chukuma for Evans to accept that he's a kidnapper. Abba Kyari killed one Eric right in front of Evans for him to accept that he's a kidnapper. Abba Kyari killed one Mr. Paul, one Mr. Chukuma, one Mr. Chibuzo, and the Peter, just for Evans to accept that indeed he is a kidnapper. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at what Somebody wrote on Facebook, and I want you to listen to this. He said, reinvestigate Chukwudi on Wamadike and get him released within next 60 days. Open events shall be launched immediately after 60 days. 60 days from this day, if not released unconditionally, we shall be pulling all triggers on you. On the day of these illegal arrests and set up by Mr. Abba Kyari, we made it clear this shall not end either. We do not forgive. We do not forget. We do not forgive. We are region. We warn you, the time starts from now, dated 15 February 2022. According to them, they are anonymous. You know, look, I want you people to understand something. Abba Kyari was accused of engaging in human organ harvesting in Biafra land. Now, I want us to make sense. Abba Kyari arrested some group of indigenous people of Biafra, and Abba Kyari killed them before the court of competent jurisdiction approved that indeed they are what Abba Kyari said they are. Mr. Kyari told the court that these people died in the course of investigation or interrogation. How? How did it happen? Because you have no right to kill somebody you are only accused. You have no right.
Okay, my people, there is so much. There is so much. You see, this is the criminal justice system. Not even just the criminal justice system. The justice system in Nigeria is totally non-existent. It's totally non-existent in Nigeria. How can you explain what this man is saying? How can you explain it? You need. That's why some people that engage in frivolous gossip, some people who have lost their way, some people who are dancing naked in the market now. I'm focusing on Igbo people and IPOB and the Southeast and Biafra. That's what I'm focusing today, because in recent times, people have just been picking on them. And when you pick on my people, I don't want to let you sleep. That's why I'm talking about it. And I've already told you, if you're my friend, and these videos I'm doing now for this couple of days will make you disown me, no problem. We can continue after. Or because of what I'm doing now, you say I'm tribalist, no problem. If I answer tribalist for one day now, or for a few days, it's not bad. After all, I've answered all kinds of names. But just notice, you need to stop all this your gossiping and all this your distraction. If you don't know what to do, go back and play the tapes, the messages that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu played about Abba Kyari. So many of his teachings, because we have a very poor memory. See, we have even forgotten about NSAS that happened just yesterday. So I'm not surprised. But you need to go back and see what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and so many people were screaming about Abba Kyari. Imagine that not one person would die, not two people would die. You know, the thing is, sometimes when you hear a drunk person talking, they say, the man is drunk, don't take him serious. Or you see a madman talking, they say, don't take the madman serious. But not true, not true at all. Sometimes you hear the truth from mad, crazy people. Remember I showed you this yesterday. You look at this man Evan's face, you know that something, it's always getting confused. But that's not even the case. Look at what he had already said. He said, Abba Kyari's gang forced me to accept being a kidnapper after killing 6 people before me. Just wasted 6 lives before him. Do you understand? So the person was asking the question, with the latest development and the way Abba Kyari and his gang sponsored the media trial against Evans, what if Evans is innocent of allegations by Abba Kyari? Just what if he is not at all what they said about him? And I know some of you may think, Chidi, don't stop talking like that. You don't know, you don't. But I'm telling you, I was just watching a story about a man who was accused wrongly and sentenced to 100 years in prison. This man had spent 44 years of his life before a judge who was actually the son of a former judge that refused to listen to his case, his appeal. So that judge had finished and retired, and it was his son, who was now a judge, who reviewed that case again, and they found that this man was not guilty. So don't always believe every time there's a mob action, the crowd, don't always believe in the crowd. Honestly speaking, and this is a warning to IPOB people, listen, to Biafrans, don't be carried away by the crowd. Some of you, you know your heart is telling you the truth about the situation in Biafra land and amongst Igbo people and their quest for independence. You know your heart is telling you some things. But whenever you look for where the crowd is gathered, and that's where you go and belong. You think it is the crowd that makes a lie become true? No. Sometimes staying on the truth is a lonely place to be. Usually people don't like you when you tell them the truth. So be very careful. Be very, very careful. A lot is going to be revealed. But my annoyance is that all those names that were called are Igbo boys, and you just wasted them. You just wasted them, and nobody asked any question. Did they run away? No. Did they resist arrest? No. You already had them in custody. You already had these people in custody. And yet you kill them. And after killing them, you see, when we tell you that nobody values Igbo lives. Yesterday, I was talking about how people are jealous, how people are just, I don't understand. You just have this hatred, you have this Igbophobia. If that is you, you need to repent, you need to change. You need to just go on and live your life. There are opportunities. Live your life. Become anything you can in life. Just leave the other person with hustle. Just hustle. There are Yoruba people who are doing well, who are hustling. There are Hausa people who are, there are even Fulani people who are hustling. Nobody, it is not any reserve of any tribe, any religion, it's just, we are all human beings just struggling to make a living. And by the way, the only time you have time to be seeing somebody, what they're doing, and be monitoring them is when you're not busy. Imagine somebody like me, my time is too I don't even know how I'm able to manage it. You think I have time to be seeing whether people are progressing or not progressing? Sometimes you come and tell me, did you hear what that person said? What that person said? I stay away from people who are negative. I stay away from people who don't add to where I'm going to. Do you understand? See, we will not keep quiet. I'm telling you, that time that you just do things we're just supposed to accept it. Just look at how people were just killed like chicken. And nobody did anything about it because they're Igbo people. It just wasted them. And everybody thinks it's okay. It's just okay. You just waste them. And they are suspects. So it's not that you actually have proven any case. Who is that judge? You just asked about something. They told you that the people were killed. You didn't even blink. It didn't mean anything to you at all. But for those of you, you need patience. I know a lot of you know this story, but I'm going to go and run through this story as fast as possible so that you will begin to understand this Abba Kyari, because a lot of you didn't even know anything about him. When the story broke about Hush Puppy and Abba Kyari, people say it's jealousy. Chili jealousy, I beg you. Leave the guy, Joe. See more. You see, there's something called overwhelming evidence. Overwhelming evidence. You remember during NSAS, when the military and the government were covering up, when they said nobody was killed at NSAS, they said, if you say that the people are killed, come and show them now. Those days, I was one of the people, because I understood what was happening in NSAS. I was in contact with some of the organizers. They decided that nobody should give evidence to the government. Don't go and tell them about your people that were killed. No, don't. Because the government had another agenda. But they kept sending information, photographs, evidence to members of that panel, the panel of inquiry. And the government was shocked when at the end in their report, they said that over 90-something people were killed, as against when government said there was nothing. So don't worry. Don't base your judgment on the gymnastics you see the government do. The government can lie. They can frame anybody. But I'm going to go through Abba Kyari, and you will get to see this is something that was done by Oyibo people. This one will be Nigerian newspaper. I'm not trying to say, of course, that Nigerian newspaper is not trustworthy, but these people, they are not in a hurry. They took their time and they worked with everybody. They worked with FBI, they worked with Nigerian intelligence, they worked with everybody, and they summarized this story. So sit back, buy your popcorn, mix yourself something, make gari with okpa or bread or anything, because Uturu Beke. Is it Abba Kyari Street should be renamed FBI Road? You're talking about FBI. Wait now. What about the families of, what about the children that the men that he killed? Yeah, I would say they should honor the people that Abba Kyari killed with that street. Just call it the unknown, or a memory of memorial streets. Anyway, let's say Business Week says how Instagram billionaire Gucci master sank Nigeria's Super Cup. A money laundering case against influencer Hush Puppy also implicated Nigeria's most famous law enforcement official, who is now facing further allegation. This was done by Evan Ratcliffe with William Klaus, and they did this 2 days ago by 12 a.m. Eastern time. So it's almost like, going into the next day. Now, Instagram isn't exactly known for its fidelity or reality. It's a place people go to create an image of their best self or their aspirational one, but rarely do these images obscure a darker truth to the extent they did back in 2019 in a pair of posts by two public figures from Nigeria. On December 8th, Raymond Abbas, better known as Hush Puppy, Ray Hush Puppy, or the billionaire Gucci master, posted a photo of himself lounging on the hood of his purple Rolls Royce. His outfit, designed by the legendary Virgil Abloh, was a sky blue shirt and pants set with a white cloud that appeared to float across his forearms and midriff. He had parked the Rolls in the driveway of a Palazzo Versace Dubai, a resort-style hotel where he lived in a penthouse apartment. For Abbas, then a 37-year-old influencer who had gone from a childhood in a poor part of Lagos to an adulthood full of private jets, celebrity friends, his sort of extremely conspicuous consumption was his brand. I don't believe in competition. Read the post caption. You're not me, and that's it. Louis Vuitton. Hashtag Louis Vuitton. Hashtag Off-White. Hashtag Virgil Abloh. Hashtag Rolls Royce. I think you see him, man. This is how we roll. Did you see? There's a particular part of the story that I want you to remember how they wrote it. They said this guy All of a sudden, from, of course, now the ideal story from grass to grace, but it's not all that glitters that is gold. Do not be deceived. I told you, whenever you want to go with somebody, please seek to know their history. Seek to see. If you do not see started, continued, became, just run away. Or just know that there is something hidden that they've not told you. Real good money started, continued, became. People know when they started. They know what and what they did. There are days of struggling. You started the business. Then you tried, customer no come. The first day you no finish selling. Something like this happened. You don't just start YouTube today and then you get 5 million subscribers. No. Sometimes you do one video, you do 20 videos, it don't work, and then finally it will work. I'm not saying they are not instant success. Of course, there are instant successes. But say they just burn you, bam, the next day. No, nothing. You don't even waka, crawl, nothing. You just, crawl, sit down, you just burn you. You just start to walk. Something they wrong. But let's continue reading. Very interesting. That's why I wanted to share it with you guys today. You see, Hush Puppy is being praised by everybody. He is popular. Be careful of popularity. Asị na atụ ọlụ nwa ọmalụ mana atụ ọlụ ofeke otinye isi n'ọfịa. That means say when you tell the proverb to the person we're supposed to know, they will know. When you tell the proverb to the person we no know, you go just carry your thing, enter inside bush, you no go know the way. Stop chasing popularity. There is no road there. Be careful, use your brain, ask some questions. Let me repeat again, especially those of you in IPOB. Be very, very careful. This is the time you need all the advice, you need all the support. That's why you hear me talking about you. I get so many things to talk about. My friend and convener of my movement, Omoyele Shore, has a case that is coming up. It's not that there are so many things that I cannot talk about. There are plenty of things for me to talk about, but I believe that right now, IPOB needs every support that they can get. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there in a cold dungeon in SSS detention facility. So whatever you can do to help IPOB, this is most appreciated. That's why I'm telling you right now. Do not follow the crowd. Ask questions, but do not lose focus. Reason. Be objective. It's very, very important. So Hush Puppy was being praised by everybody. It was brand ambassador. Can imagine how much it is, this place that it is, how much a flat will cost in that place. Now, the same week that this guy posted that his post, 3,000 miles away, Nigeria Police Force Deputy Commissioner Abba Kyari, also known as at Abba Kyari 75. I can even go and click on this thing. We will, okay, his Instagram picture is still there, self. He didn't even remove anything from his Instagram picture. Okay, I'll come back and talk about it much later. Maybe another day we'll talk about that one. But let me keep this way so that I can read this and you people will be able to see my expressions. Now, Abba Kyari, also known as at Abba Kyari 75, struck a different pose. Kyari's style was all business. He was seated at a desk stacked with files. The same day, wearing blue dashiki and his ever-present iPods. Flanked by two plainclothes deputies, he looked purposefully into the camera. His caption was equally dry. With my senior colleagues today, lining the walls behind him were shelves laden with dozens of his awards. in a decade-long string of busts. Kyari, then 44, had captured kidnappers, freed school children, and hunted assassins. He was the star, says Rami Mom, who sits on Nigeria's Police Service Commission, an independent body responsible for police oversight. During a year-long wave of violent crime and terrorism, the Nigerian press had nicknamed Abba Kyari the chief of the country intelligence team, IRT. He had been nicknamed the Super Cop. This is the picture that Abba Kyari posted. So you can imagine this guy on one side is living in opulence, Abba Kyari on the other side, just a normal servant, just in his office, nothing to be, just award, good policeman. Now, Kyari's glowing press ran counter to law enforcement's checker reputation in Nigeria, because what was seen about him was different from the thing that was known about law enforcement. In particular, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, which is SARS, which Kyari had previously headed for 6 years in Lagos, was known for a mix of savage brutality and the day-to-day corruption. Now, that's the thing that really, really baffles me. When Abba Kyari was the head of SARS, so many atrocities were committed. This guy killed Igbo people, no be small. You don't understand. Go and play Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's videos and hear what he was talking about it. Go and read Sahara Reporters. Just Google Abba Kyari and go back, and you see the crimes that were committed by SARS. All those things that you heard SARS committed before he moved to intelligence team. Abba Kyari was at the head, but they still promoted him, and somebody with that kind of record, they still promoted him and gave him this IRT. Now, a year later, in 2020, SARS tactics will be the subject of large street protests that culminated in the government agreeing to disband it. Even then, Kyari somehow seemed to float above it all. Do you remember when the government said they were going to investigate all the cases? Up to today, the government did not indict even one policeman. The government did not arrest anybody. All the cases that were brought against Shebi Davido went that time. The IG said, oh, they were going to do this, do that. Not one policeman was arrested. They agreed that there were so many evils that were committed by SARS, extrajudicial killings, so many things, but nobody was indicted. No policeman was killed. It just died down, and they just became a new group when they called them. I don't even remember their name, SWAT or something. Here was someone who was viewed as really uncharacteristically competent at their job in an organization not known for competence. This is somebody who is being hailed. Can you understand? There's a mechanic workshop, and this mechanic workshop is the worst mechanic workshop in town. Everybody that goes to that mechanic workshop, their engine will knock. But the owner of the mechanic workshop is winning awards every day as the best mechanic. Doesn't it tell you that something is wrong? And every time they are talking about, oh, the other day he repaired Mercedes, he repaired Volkswagen, he repaired Toyota, he repaired this, oh, the man is very good. And yet, everybody around there is complaining about how any car that goes there, the engine will knock. It doesn't add up now. Matthew Page was saying that here was someone who was viewed as really uncharacteristically competent at their job. But this is happening inside an organization that is not known for competence. This person, this Matthew Page, he researches Nigerian corruption as an associate fellow at Chatham House. Nigeria corruption is studied as a course. You see, when I say, may Nigeria not happen to me, you see, Nigeria, may it not happen to me. You don't understand what I mean. The state that Nigeria is right now, I will not wish it on my enemy. I remember one guy who was telling me, "Oh, Chidi, you're always criticizing the government. You're always criticizing the government." I just came to his page and I wrote, I said, "My brother, may Buhari happen to you and your generation. I dare you to type amen." Up to today, that post is still there. So many months later, he has not even touched that post. He just left me alone. I said, "Oh, since you love Buhari," I said, "let Buhari, something like Buhari, let it be your portion." He didn't answer. So they are somebody will finish and they will get a PhD in studying corruption. He said, who researches Nigerian corruption? So he's a fellow. PhD Nigerian corruption. What a shame. It is that people can't believe the magnitude of corruption you can have in a country. Do you know that if Nigeria was some other countries, by now Nigeria will shut down? You know, like the way they switch off. Nigeria is so stinkingly rich that no matter the amount of money they take out of that place, people are still walking up and down, still finding somehow to eat at least one meal a day. See, there was one video that Erica showed me, a video of people. I don't know if I'll still find that video. People in Lagos. In Lagos, baby, please find that video if you're listening and send it to me, please. I beg you. We need this video to show you what Lagos do, because sometimes when we are talking about this, you don't understand the state of Nigeria. You need to see the amount of people that are going to check their things in the port. I could not believe it. And these people are on a road where the vehicles that are bringing in this what do you call it, this containers, these containers are not even strapped down, and yet these people will be driving their Okada near these containers. When I get that video, I'll play for you guys and you will see. Meanwhile, let's go back to the story. Now, who researches Nigerian corruption as an associate fellow at Chatham House, a London think tank. That was the narrative around him, that he was actually getting the job done rather than being abusive or on the take. The billionaire Gucci master, Hush Puppy, and the super cop could hardly have seemed more different. Two of them, you can see nothing joined them. Hush Puppy had more than 2 million Instagram followers, and Abba Kyari just had 80,000. And he'd have looked about as at home in the office, surrounded by paperwork, as Super Cop would have on the hood of a purple rose. Yet behind each man's carefully sculpted public image, their fates appear to have been deeply intertwined. You see how you allow yourself to be deceived. We were all deceived, because looking at Hush Puppy on top of his purple Rolls Royce and looking at Abba Kyari in his office, how would you know that their lives are intertwined? Off camera, Abbas feared. You should have seen Abbas inside the nightclub dancing. I saw him dancing inside the nightclub. I mean, of course, anybody can go and dance. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him. He's a human being. But those are the ones he never showed us. Off camera, Abbas fueled his lifestyle with a different kind of hustle as an online scammer and a money launderer. That's what Hush Puppy was. All of you who were hailing him, saying he's a Chidi, don't you see philanthropist, that guy, they give money. So everybody that is throwing money about, you'll be clapping for the person. He was a partner in what are called business email compromise scams, in which hackers penetrate corporate accounts and collect phony invoices. That's 419. Okay. He moved money for scams that targeted a law firm in New York, a bank in Malta, and a Premier League soccer club. He teamed up with a loose network of hackers and fraudsters, including at least once a state-sponsored group from North Korea in schemes chasing as much as $100 million. North Korea, you see that North Korea? North Korea has a team. You see, bad people are bad. Bad people are bad. A whole country, the president of a country is involved in scam. They will set up a group and they will do scam for anybody who can scam as long as there's money. And these people were chasing $100 million scam with hush puppy. Eventually, he landed in the crossfire of the FBI in June 2020. Local police raided his Dubai penthouse and shipped him to the US. That is where there's no corruption, or that is where the people want to be sincere. Immediately, they told Dubai police, this guy, we have evidence against him, hush puppy, blah, blah, blah. Dubai police just bundled him and shipped him to America. They didn't even ask any questions. But when they told Nigeria police, when they told Nigeria government, go back and see their reaction. See all the things they said about Abba Kyari. They were busy defending him. Now, he was shipped to US, where last summer he pleaded guilty to money laundering related to scams that brought in close to $24 million. This July, he faced a sentence of up to 20 years in federal prison. This July. Now, the announcement of Abba's plea contained a more explosive revelation. However, the US government alleged that one of the influencer's fellow conspirators was a man sworn to uphold the law, Abba Kyari. That's when it started getting juicy. Now, Kyari was born in Gombe town in northeastern Nigeria. His dad, a teacher. Listen to his background though. Raised 30 children in a polygamous family. And Kyari was the eldest, among the 30 children. I handled so many cases whenever my siblings had any problems with one another. He later said in an Instagram post, I started my detective work in my house. After earning a university degree, he graduated from the police academy in 2002. And in 8 years, he rose from street officer to commander of SARS unit in Lagos. Abba Kyari. Because some of you don't know this about him. He earned a reputation for risky and aggressive operations against some of the country's most notorious criminals. By 2016, he has been plucked to head the intelligence response team, an elite unit created to combat a nationwide kidnapping crisis. He was Nigeria's youngest high-ranking police officials. You see the kind of people that make us laugh, a laughing stock. Whenever you say, oh, it's time for young people, allow young people, give young people a chance, they will point to people like Abba Kyari and say, we give Abba Kyari a chance. What did he do? Very young guy. He gave us a chance. Look at how we blew it. As a commander, his exploits were legion. He had arrested the masterminds of the deadliest robbery in Nigeria's history and captured the country's deadliest kidnapper, nicknamed the Vampire. He had named bombers and armed dealers and taken on the terrorist organization Boko Haram. But you see, all those things were fake. They were all photo op. Now we know. Now, when he said he captured some, now we know. Just go and round up some people, kill the ones that will give the good evidence, threaten the other one. You see how we kill this person? You are going to say that you are the one. If he had captured all these people, why did kidnapping continue? If he had, like they say now, he went after Boko Haram, why did Boko Haram continue to expand to the point where ISIS even came in? And these are things that he won an award for. You see why Nigeria is so messed up? This guy was framing people. This guy was killing people. He will kill some people to threaten the other person to confess that they did whatever they did, and then the case will be closed. The real perpetrator of the act will be somewhere lying. And you ask me, the people that were killed that their families never saw, what happened to them? And then you had Nnamdi Kanu accusing this guy of organ business. Is it making any sense now? I'm not saying anything, no, we're just analyzing. That's what we're doing. Now, it's very important to send a message to the criminals. He said in a BBC documentary on his efforts to stem kidnapping, Kyari and his people will follow you wherever you are and they will never forget. That's what he was saying. Perhaps most famously in March 2016, Abba Kyari and his men took over the case of 3 girls snatched by a gang of kidnappers from a school in Lagos and held them for 6 days. His team reportedly used intelligence from the kidnappers' families to track them down and recover the girls unharmed. The operation earned him a Presidential Medal of Courage. He has become known as the saving grace of the Nigerian police, declared the online news outlet The Eagle. By 2019, Kyari was widely rumored to be in line and angling for the job of Inspector General of Police, the top cop. Beneath the accolades, however, was a disquieting undercurrent. We had been concerned about the rogue activities of both SARS and the intelligence response team under him, says Okechukwu Nwanguma, Executive Director of the Rule of Law and Accountability Advocacy Center, a police watchdog group. Kyari's team, Nwanguma says, were involved in all manner of criminal activities, obstruction, abduction, intimidation, torture, killings. Another human rights advocate who spoke on condition of anonymity for fear of retribution detailed years of interviews with arrestees who accused Kyari's offices of abuses. People already knew. People knew what Abba Kyari was doing. People were screaming and saying, this is what this man was doing, but nobody heard them. Nobody listened to them because he was all powerful. All powerful. Yeah, so my brother, he says that Hush Puppy says, no way I'm going down alone. Everybody will go down. And Abba Kyari too has said, Abba Kyari is not going to go down alone. No. They are trying everything to cover him up, doing everything humanly possible. I talked about it. Go and watch the video I did yesterday. They are trying to cover him up, but they are all going down. Shebi, every day now for the thief, one day now the owner. Today. So all these boys that were being arrested, they were interviewed and they said, look, people don't understand. This is how this man works. This is how he works. He kills people, he extorts people, he abducts people. He's just there. For anybody, give me money, I'll do the dirty job. And after doing the dirty job, what do you think he will do? He'll kill the people to cover up the tracks. Under Abba Kyari's direction, both men allege these 2 people that talked to this person who did this report, that they both human rights activists alleged that Abba Kyari's team, they routinely targeted business people for arrest. Did you hear that? Igbo people were his best customers. He targeted business people for arrest, extorted money from suspects and their families, and in some cases committed extrajudicial killings. In a decade of tracking Kyari, Nwanguma says he was rarely able to collect enough evidence from intimidated victims to challenge the police. He couldn't collect enough evidence because how can you give evidence against somebody who is the Lord in the whole country? That's why I'm interested in a lot of, anyway, I don't want to talk about it here. But he estimates that there were hundreds of other cases of abuse. They would just abduct somebody and say, we are investigating somebody. We saw your name in his phone, and they take the person. Just like that. Just like that. You know, that's how they make money now. If I'm telling you, do you know the number of Igbo people in cells in Nigeria? Do you know the number of Igbo people? This is not the time again when I'm just talking for the. No. You people are busy just harassing Igbo people every day. Don't wear Ishiago. Don't sing in church. Don't do this. Don't do that. Look at, you know how many, they just are. Look at what is happening in Imo State. Look at what is happening in Abia State. The government just goes to a village and just burns a village down. Just burn a village down. Like that. You're looking for IPOB. Just shoot people. Just arrest people and just take them to Abuja. Then begin to demand money from them. If you know the underground, but something like this will expose a lot. Thank God. Anyway, let's now go. The scam had already succeeded at this point, but why not try for more? In one incident in 2015, SARS officers under Abba Kyari, they were accused of torturing and killing an innocent car dealer in Edo State in southern Nigeria and using the dead man's ATM card to clear out his bank account. This is Abba Kyari. This is the super couple. This is the super couple we are talking about. This super couple, after killing this man, they used the man's ATM to go. Nigerian government is very wicked. They knew all of these things, and you still left this man. He was still posting pictures on his account. Can you imagine? Even his Instagram account is still. Let me show you now. Maybe you think I'll come back to this one. Let me go to his Instagram account and show you. If you see the postings that were still on his Instagram account, it wasn't shaking. It wasn't shaking at all. At all. And that's why I don't want to say anything. No, I don't want to say anything. But I don't know. Maybe the people who are befriending him are befriending because they know what the man will do to them if they are not his friend. This is Abba Kyari's verified Instagram account. You see, when you see this kind of when they mark good like this for somebody, you know that person, this is verified account. You see, he was still posting things on his account. Look at Super Cup. Super Cup. He will always post something. Hey, yeah, good man, Abba Kyari. See, good man. He attended Biko Bana's event. He wore all the uniform with them. See, good man everywhere. But he will gladly post Mazen. He's happy. He's happy that they captured Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That's why he posted it. Let me even see. He probably wrote something about it. Nigeria is the only country we have. All those planning and working towards destroying Nigeria will never succeed by God's grace. The battle against Boko Haram, bandits, and other criminals across the country continues. This country will be greater. This is what he was posting against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And you know why he was posting all those things against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu faced him squarely, exposing all the things that he was doing. He never liked Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He would do anything to finish Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But today, we're hearing very, very interesting things. Interesting somethings. Okay, let's continue. Meanwhile, make you just know they read, they listen to what we talk, or subscribe. Let me stop and say this. Now that you're here, I need you to subscribe. Just stop. If you're holding your phone, just look for the corner. See, if you're holding your phone, look for the corner and subscribe. Subscribe now. If you're on the TV, subscribe. If you're on what they call them, if you're on laptop, anywhere, iPad, subscribe now. Now this is the time to subscribe. Okay. Maybe they go. So in one incident, This man went and killed a car dealer and in Edo State. I don't know whether Igbo man or Edo guy, but he killed the guy. And they went and cleared this dead man. They cleared his account. 5 officers were later convicted for the murder. In 2007, a lawyer for a kidnapper whom Kyari had arrested, Abba Kyari had arrested, publicly suggested the officer had extorted money and jewelry from the defendant. I think I know this lawyer, but I'm not very sure. A year later, the widow of a kidnapper who had been killed in a gun battle with police accused Kyari's crew of appropriating her late husband's assets. They sold it. In mid-2019, a judge ordered Abba Kyari and his team to produce a suspect whose lawyer couldn't find him and believed he died in custody. With all the stories we are hearing now, are you surprised? No, are you surprised about what happens to Abba Kyari's people that he arrests? You're no longer surprised because look at what is happening to them. All these accusations rolled off Abba Kyari, who didn't respond to calls and messages seeking comment for this story. He continued to rack up arrests. His Instagram post on December 14, 2019 showed him accepting an award from a Nigerian bank security group in Lagos. In a post from December 17, he stood in front of a group of prisoners seated on the ground, identified in the caption as 72 notorious kidnappers, armed robbers, and car snatchers. See when he accepted the award. Okay. Kyari left accepting the award on December 14. Okay. This is him showing the people that he arrested. Super cop. It was around this time in mid-December, according to the US, that Hush Puppy joined a scam that was already in progress. This one no be your job. You don't do job. The white man don't pay. Your mugu don't pay. You don't blow. You are living in Dubai. You are the money you have, you put it in fixed account, it can feed you for the rest of your life. But no, do you. Hush Puppy now went to join a scam that was already in progress. The job they don't set time, it's already in progress. He went and joined. Now, this con was made more old school than the business email compromise schemes he was a part of. This was a high-level version of a basic advance fee scam. Pay us a little upfront, the scammer says, and we'll guarantee you a huge windfall later. The upfront asks keep coming, and the windfall never arrives. Okay, that's the kind of scam where people say, "Give me money." There's my father's brother's mother died, and they left money in an account. We need small money to release the money, and then when they release it, we'll now pay you big money. People will fall. In this case, the day before his Purple Rose post, before he posted that thing, Abbas received a message from a Kenyan entrepreneur named Abdulrahman Juma. According to prosecutors, Juma offered to include Abbas in an advance fee fraud with an eager mark, a business person hoping to build an international school in Qatar. The business person, whose name and nationality remains sealed in federal court, needed a 15 million loan for a project and hired a financial advisor to help secure it. Unfortunately, the advisor's assistant amounted to Googling sources of multi-million-dollar loans. The search led to Juma and his Nairobi company, Westflood Financial Solutions Limited. Now, Westflood's website promised financial solution specialists, blah, 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 that the site was riddled with errors, including occasionally referring to the company as West Financial, failed to raise any red flags. In November 2019, the business person traveled to meet Juma and a colleague at Westflood's offices on 6th floor of a modern glass office tower in Nairobi's business district. There, according to the US government's allegations, Juma signed a contract to arrange a $15 million loan in exchange for $160,000 upfront consultancy payment, that is the advance fee. The next day, the business person sent the upfront fee to a law firm of Juma's choice. Neither Juma, Westload, nor the law firm responded to emails and calls seeking comment. We're trying to build up this story. We're telling you the real gist. The scam had already succeeded at this point. But why not try for more? When the business person complained that the money hadn't arrived in his account in Qatar, Juma said it was stuck and it would take an additional 150,000 to release the money, essentially a second advance fee. Once again, the business person paid up, no doubt hoping it was the final key to the supposed loan. At this point, according to the court documents, Juma engaged Abbas to help with yet another round of the con. Now, Abbas would pose as a bank manager in the US who could unstick the loan. Now, they say the loan hook. So they needed extra 150,000 to release the money. That is when they now contacted Hush Puppy and said, what we now want you to do is to pose as the bank manager in US who will now unhook the $15 million loan. He will use it through WhatsApp. Now, through WhatsApp, Abbas messaged the business person from a New York City home phone. He messaged the person from, he was sitting in Dubai. I don't know why people don't understand that you can just get a free WhatsApp phone online now. If you want, well, in fact, people, you should be intelligent. You should be intelligent now. I can sit down here and get a number from any part of the world. There is even a site where you get the number free of charge. So it's not every time you get a WhatsApp message and the person is telling you, I'm in Hong Kong, I'm in Dubai, I'm in America. No, the person is sitting in one lungu there in Nigeria. Behind, in fact, somebody who knows you, just behind your house. At this point, so Abbas messaged the business person from a New York City phone number, introducing himself as Malik, the director of the bank responsible for crediting you the funds. He said that because the Qatari government was under US sanctions, the money will have to go through an American account, which was true enough, and he'll be happy to create one. And so he did. First, Abbas arranged for a contact in Los Angeles to register a company with the same name as the business person's Qatari company. Then he had a Wells Fargo account opened for the business. There was just one last obstacle. Malik. Now Malik who is Hush Puppy, now told the business person, there's just one thing. They also need an account in the United Kingdom to receive the money. And we have to open an investor's account with our private banking service over there for an advance fee of 300,000. After a week of hesitation, the business person now wired another $230,000. Remember where this whole thing started. Now, see where they reach. After a week of hesitation, and he wired 200,000 of the total to a bank Malik provided. As it happened, the account belonged to a watch dealer in Florida, and the amount exactly covered a rose gold and titanium Richard Milles, blah, 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 that Abbas had coveted. So Malik had the business person send the other 100,000 to the Capital One account held by another Abbas associate. Abbas used half of it to purchase bogus citizenship from St. Kitts and Nevis, a transaction that involved bribing a government official and faking a marriage certificate. So he got whatever in St. Kitts. A week later, the watch made its first appearance on Hush Puppy's Instagram feed. We tell now, all these posts that you're seeing online, do you see how the thing they travel? You see how they travel? You're comparing yourself with other people. You want to bamba? You want to hang with the big boys. Now you did wrong kitty, you did wrong kata. You don't fit drink water, keep cough. See how the thing goes? See how the thing goes? You see Hush Puppy now. He came and he posed on his Instagram page. He was now showing us his watch. And you people didn't even understand what was going on at all. A week later, the watch made the first appearance on Hush Puppy's page. No, I need to blow this one up so that I go see her. You see? Let me go and show you. Hush Puppy was now showing off. This is him wearing the watch. See him? See him? They wear the watch, the pose. Hush Puppy. After you just ate somebody's money and you're coming to pose. Okay. He was standing on the royal purple carpet of the Palazzo Versace Dubai, sporting a Gucci Mickey Mouse t-shirt, his Richard Mille clad arm held lightly across it. One of the best things I learned that keeps me going, this is what he wrote, is to never take criticism from people and never go to for an advice. Hashtag Gucci, hashtag Richard Mille, hashtag Versace, hashtag room 1103. It's here. This story is very good though. This story you can learn some lessons. So after this story, you need to go back. You need to go back and be seeing all these people. You see, we have come to a point in Nigeria where there are no morals anymore. Everything is accepted. Everybody is throwing money, spending money. It's okay. It's okay. We the Jew men. We the Jew men. Hey, we the Jew men. You see us. You see me, I dey do my daughter's bathroom. I dey lay tile. I dey clear snow. You dey laugh at me. You say, look at this foolish man. This what your mates are doing abroad. Look at your mates. Look at Hush Puppy. Chidi, look at Hush Puppy. Isn't that what you were saying until they cut this Hush Puppy? All the other people that you're comparing me with now, don't be comparing me anymore. Somebody say, Oga, leave Evan's case. The CEO of Evergreen is a victim of Evan's crimes and he is a living witness. John, you don't understand what we're saying. Be like say you've just come now. You don't get the story. So, John, you need to go back and understand what we're saying. We're not saying that Evans did not do anything. The thing is on Abba Kyari. Abba Kyari will have distraction. John, as I bind you, don't distract me, please. Let's not bind you anything, but please let's continue. Focus on Abba Kyari. Anyway, so this our dear Hush Puppy now spotted the watch on his Instagram feed, and in the image it has written, never take criticism from people and never go for an advice. You see that when some people come, they are so bold. When they do you see, one thing I've learned in Nigeria now is when people do something, instead of them showing that they did something bad, you just see them, they be very, very bold. So I think the thing now is that you're supposed to just be bold. Just be bold. No, don't listen. Anytime people are talking something, you just come on the internet and be bold. Even when you know that you're confused, even when you know that you're scattering an organization, just be talking. As long as you're talking every day and talking with passion, talking with fake evidences, people will still listen to you. That's what is happening to Nigeria right now. You need to be very, very, very careful. Don't believe everything that people are saying. Now, let's run through this quickly, please. The group's next story. Now, in January 2020, according to prosecutors, Abbas and Juma were ready for another goal. Abbas called on a compatriot in Nigeria, Vincent Kelly Chibuzo, to create a bogus Wells Fargo website and automated support line, which Malik passed on to this business person. They don't want to mention his name. They just keep calling business person. Okay, so let's call him business person. So he contacted this guy, Kelly Chibuzo, to create a bogus Wells Fargo website and automated support line, which Malik passed on to the business person. When he called the phone number, the system said the 15 million had come through. Oh my God, I can't believe it. It's true. The business person wrote to Malik. Wow, can you imagine? Meanwhile, the group's next story was that the business person owed a withholding tax of 575,000 to get the money from US. Are you proud of me or not? Abbas asked Juma by text. when they had enacted the next phase. It's a perfect job, bro, Juma replied. Perfect, but for one flaw. Chibuzo, according to allegations, began complaining that he deserved a bigger share of the spoils. Nadia. When Abbas ignored him, Chibuzo decided to strike out on his own. On January 13th, he called the business person directly and told him both Juma and Malik were fake. The business person should stop paying them, he said. They should pay Chibuzo instead. It was he who could actually free up the loan. The now baffled business person relayed all this to Juma, who forwarded it to Abbas. Abbas replied that he would deal with Chibuzo. A few minutes later, according to the complaint, he called Kyari. I want him to go through serious beating of his life. This is where the gist now gets interesting. The connection between the influencer and the Super Cup went back to at least the previous September when Kyari paid a visit to Dubai for unknown reasons. The origins of their relationship are murky, but according to court documents, Abbas loaned Kyari a car and a driver for his stay in Dubai. A few weeks later, Kyari sent Abbas a slideshow of photos from the trip, an article about his recent arrest of a kidnapper. I'm really happy to be your boy, Abbas responded. I promise to be a good boy to you, sir. Usually, for two prolific Instagram users, both fond of being seen with other famous people, neither of them ever posted about the other. Whatever the nature of their connection, it wasn't something they wanted to publicize. Now, in January 2020, it seemed that Abbas was looking for help in neutralizing his scam partner gone rogue. He needed to neutralize him. When they tell you, say they want to neutralize somebody, you should know. Moments after reaching out to Kyari about Chibuzo, Abbas updated Juma. He says, I'm setting him up already. He messaged. In a message to Chibuzo, it was more explicit. You have committed a crime that won't be forgiven, he said. In due time, I swear with my life, you will regret messing with me. You will even wish you died before my hands will touch you. By January 20th, it appeared his threat had been fulfilled. Abba Kyari sent Abbas a headshot of Chibuzo looking despondent. He was arrested, he wrote. We have arrested the guy, he wrote to Hush Puppy. He is in my cell now. This is his picture after we arrested him today. Abbas now said, I want him to go through serious beating of his life. He explained how Chibuzo had double-crossed him in a scam, attempting to divert the money to himself. This man is telling a police officer that, can you imagine that I did a fraud and this man is defrauding me? Kai, wonder shall never cease. I'm almost at the end of the story. Now, he explained how Chibuzo and then how he wanted him to how he diverted money to himself. Okay, I understand, Kyari replied. Please, sir, I want to spend money to send this boy to jail. Let him go for a very long time. Abbas continued. Let me know how I can send money to Tim, sir. Let them deal with him like armed robber. I want him to suffer for many years. Kyari texted a Nigerian bank account number to Abbas. According to the prosecutors, this step completed the crime, making Kyari and his team cops for hire pay to commit a false arrest. The same day, a photo on Abba Kyari's Instagram showed him at a press conference standing by the podium for the announcement of the arrest of 60 kidnappers. Nigerian police will never relent, the caption read, in the fight against these deadly criminals. This is the same day he received money. He's feeling so cool with himself. Incredibly, even after Chibuzo's attempt at sabotage, the advance fee scam continued. This business person, perhaps so confounded by the dizzying back and forth that he was able to internalize only half of what Chibuzo had said and confessed. He confessed to Malik that Juma had taken him for more than $1 million. I know that you think I am stupid, but I trusted him and now I'm going bankrupt, he said. Whoa, came the reply. Over $1 million? Malik, yes. Malik naturally offered to help, telling the business person he could get him out of the mess for a fee of 180,000. He would also report Juma to the FBI, he said. He didn't naturally, but now the partnership was falling apart. He was every man, it was every man for himself. Juma complained to Abbas that the business person was calling his office and accusing him of being a scammer. Abbas replied that Juma had only himself to blame. Juma hadn't found a way to keep the story going, but Abbas had. That's what happens when you leave a client hanging. You take the money and you no follow up. Abbas said, gives the client time to think and involve people. Now, after Chibuzo had been in custody a month, including time in the hospital for a painful rash he had acquired in jail, Kyari allegedly messaged Abbas to say that Chibuzo's girlfriend had offered a bribe for his release. They were thinking it's normal arrest, that is why they think money can remove him. Kyari wrote, no money can remove him here. Ha ha ha. Nonetheless, a few days later, Abbas messaged Kyari that he was free to let him go. Chibuzo was finally freed, presumably frightened into silence. Neither he nor his girlfriend, whose name wasn't disclosed in the court documents, could be reached for comment. Chibuzo was left. The scam reached its final turn in March 2020 after Abbas had extracted an additional 180,000 in transfers for a grand total of 1.1 million in advance fees. Sorry, Mr. Malik, because it's Mr. Malik that is answering in the scam. The business person wrote in a final message, but I'm not going to pay more and I'm out of this game. He had finally put it together that Malik and Juma were all one team. Abbas' time in the game too was coming to an end. 3 months later, after midnight on June 8th, armed officers from Dubai SWAT team stormed his penthouse and arrested everyone inside. Within a few days, Abbas was on a plane to the US in FBI custody for his role in other more complex email scams. If Kyari was concerned, he didn't even notice in public. His own rise appeared to just continue. 3 days later, after Abbas' arrest, the National Assembly presented Kyari with a special commendation for outstanding service in spite of the image of the police in Nigeria. The Speaker of House of Representatives noted that the House recognizes that some police officers were exceptional. See, he was always seen with very, very important people. See him hanging with Davido, hanging with the big and mighty. In his own personal image making, Kyari Instagram showed him drifting a bit further towards Hush Puppy's scene. In October 2020, he was pictured in his office with Nigerian pop star Davido. You know, after Hush Puppy, he now started hanging with the big boys. And I wanted to bamba. Once a friend of Hush Puppy, you know, Davido was a friend of Hush Puppy. Now he says once a friend. He doesn't want anything linked to Hush Puppy. The following July, Kyari was spotted at the funeral of mother of Obinna Iyebu, a nightclub owner popularly known as Obi Kubana, who had been questioned as part of both drug and fraud investigation. Kubana has not been charged in those investigations. Kubana, Kyari noted on Facebook, was a brother and a good friend. That's what he just said about Kubana. Then on July 28, 2021, the U.S. Department of State announced that Abbas had pleaded guilty to money laundering. The same day, the Justice Department revealed that it had indicted Juma, Chibuzo, Kyari, and 3 U.S.-based defendants on charges of conspiring to commit fraud and money laundering. Juma, Abbas, and Chibuzo were accused of directly fleecing the business person, while Nigeria Super Cup was alleged to have aided the conspiracy by jailing Chibuzo in exchange for a bribe. Now, that period People kept saying, no, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true. Nigeria's largest news outlets splashed Kyari allegations across the front pages and broke down Abba's scam in minute detail. How Hush Puppy bought Richard Mille wristwatch, one on Instagram. I read the headline of the Punch newspaper and all of that. Okay, now this is someone who had been decorated from the top. Not everyone was shocked. Of course, Wanguma of the Rule of Law and Accountability Advocacy Center, he said he and his peers, they felt vindicated. Just like me, I feel vindicated, and I'll feel vindicated about what we are saying right now about Abba Kyari and all the people who just turn their eyes on Igbo people and you accuse them of doing all kinds of things. There was quite a number of good people, but the system is so corrupt that it breeds and encourages people. It provides them the encouragement to commit crime and get away with it. As befits a celebrity cop, Kyari was turned first to social media to defend himself. He turned to social media. He posted a long Facebook message, but he has deleted it since. But in that message, he was claiming that he had only assisted Abbas in investigating threats against his life. The bank account numbers he has supplied Abbas, he explained, were for payment to, to a seller of native clothes and cows. You know that time that we started calling him what is the color? Taylor. That time he turned to Taylor. Kyari had facilitated this transaction, he claimed, after Abbas had admired them on Instagram page. We will mumu now. We just believe the story. Now, the Police Service Commission suspended Abba Kyari from the force pending an investigation by the Inspector General of Police after the commission received an initial investigation report in December. It determined that the report had gaps and demanded for further digging. We should wrap up this before April. MOM, the commission member, said in an interview in early February. He said that the commission has faced no pressure from police higher-ups and that its decision will be made independently. Juma, currently in custody in Kenya, awaiting a justice decision on extradition. Chibodo's whereabouts are unknown for months. Whether Kyari will be extradited to the US has remained an open question. The best of my knowledge, Mom says, I don't think there has been any extradition request filed. The US Department of Justice, Office of International Affairs. No, this is a little bit back, okay? Not what is going on right now. But, okay, yeah, about that time. The US Department had not filed anything. In a TV interview in early February, the Nigerian Attorney General accepted there was a prima facie reasonable grounds of suspicion for prosecution and that Nigeria was in contact with the US by that time. Pressure don't they come. Even facing potential disgrace and extradition, Kyari seemed unable to avoid the spotlight, even with his suspension. At the end of January, he posted photos to Instagram and Facebook from the wedding of the son of the Inspector General of Police, the person in charge of investigating him. Obi Kubana, the nightclub owner, was there too. After a media uproar, Kyari deleted the post. Then on February 14th, on Valentine's Day, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Nigeria announced that Kyari was suspected in another major crime. The agency alleged that in late January, while supposedly suspended, Kyari, supposedly suspended, had contacted the NDLE officer saying he and his IR team had confiscated 25 kilogram shipment of cocaine over several conversations. Kyari allegedly suggested that they join forces to keep and sell most of the seizure, leave some for the prosecution to split the proceeds. The boys are very, very sharp. They are very loyal. He allegedly said of his team, I do take care of them well. The NDLE officer reported the approach and outfitted with a wire collected money from Kyari. When Kyari then failed to show up for questioning, he was declared a wanted man. With the intelligence at our disposal, The NDLE said in a statement, the agency believes strongly that Kyari, DCP Kyari, is a member of a drug cartel that operates the Brazil, Ethiopia, Nigeria illicit drug pipeline. Late on Valentine's Day, the Super Cop was taken into custody. Very, very lengthy reading. But do you know why? Do you know why it was important to do all this lengthy reading? It was really, really, really important because some people don't believe certain things, and some of us were not really interested in, so like we are giving up. We thought this man will go like all the other cases, but when we began to see that more was coming out, we now knew that okay, we should follow up with this case, and that's why we are following up with the case. But the one that really, really touched me is see how he will leave his problem and he will say it's IPOB, he will say it's Igbo people, he says ESN. That is, it's not your problem. We are not your problem at all. At all, we are not your problem. You should go and look for your problem. Okay? All the people that you killed, their spirit is coming after you. I'm telling you, the time when you arrest somebody under a system that specifies what should happen to that person you arrested, and you make law of yourself, you become the judge and the jury, and you decide when these people are guilty, and you actually enforce judgment on them by killing them. That's when we forget about the person's crime and you have become the bigger criminal. And that's why the thunder that will deal with you, they are still manufacturing it in heaven. And when that thunder comes to fire you, it will just be breaking you small bits into pieces. It will be hard for you. And for all of you who you don't see anything wrong in the fact that this guy committed a lot of crime against Igbo people, I pity you because you don't get the full gist. But as the days go by, you will hear more and more gist, and you'll understand why Abba Kyari's case is included in one of the cases of Igbophobia that we've been talking about. One of the cases of Isiagophobia. Remember what started this whole thing? A pastor, a reverend, is saying you cannot sing Igbo music in a church. A policeman is saying Igbo man cannot stay beside me. He should go and return the money for the house, for the land that he bought near him. As if that was not enough, a court now says Nnamdi Kanu cannot come to court with his Siago dress. Not to talk about when Buhari said that these people are just tiny people, just like a dot. I will just deal with them just with a wave of the hand. On behalf of Igbo people, we can tell you, say, we don't like and we don't find that funny. We're not going to take it at all from anybody. That's what I really want to talk to you guys about. I hope that by the time you've played my video of yesterday and you've played my video of today, you'll understand that Igbo people are not happy. We are not happy at all. I will not take it lying down. I will not be apologetic about it. Neither are we going to be shy about who we are and what we are. We are very hardworking people. Very, very hardworking people. In fact, as I close, there is this statement somebody had posted a long time ago that I found it interesting. I was going to use it to talk to us. Very, very interesting. And it bothered around there, people will always say, you know, Igbo people this, Igbo people that. I don't really like to pick on people's tribes, but when things are done a certain way, sometimes you'll be like, come on, what the hell is going on? Abba, you don't do now. Every day we take this nonsense from you. So that's why I had to start focus. I had to calm down, become detailed, and talk about it. And I was going to address people who are always saying, "Oh, Igbo people, you like money, you like money, you like money." Igbo people like money now, but or you say, "We're dominating you, we're dominating you." Let me read that thing for you, and I'll read it for you, and we'll come to the end of the discussion today. I'll talk about another thing another day. Nobody else focus on this one, but I need to read it for you. It is very, very interesting. Trust me. If I read them to you, like then you give me my money back. But if I no, I'll give you your money back. But if you like it, now you go give me money. Just I go see them now. I will read them to you, and you tell me if you didn't like it. But if I don't find it, I'll post it in our community. In fact, I have respect for your time. Make you no come be say I'm disrespecting you for coming to join us in this broadcast. I'm not finding it. I'll post it immediately after this program on our community page. So come back, check on our community page, and I'll post this very important statement that I think you too you need to see it. Now that's our program for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Stella Chijioke says his arrest could be fake just to throw off FBI trace on him. Anything can happen in Nigeria. Yes, anything can happen in Nigeria, but you watch this one, okay? Watch this one, okay? And the rest of you, thank you, Ndiama. Thank you, Oleg. Oh, thank you so much, Oleg. You're always supporting us. John Eze, thank you. Becky Joseph, thank you. Toyota 1977, you are the man. And all the rest of you, thank you for your support. Pika Taman Montgomery, thank you so much for joining us. If I didn't call your name, it's okay. There's plenty of you. I just chose some people. Olamide, oh, how can I forget you? Thank you so much, Olamide. Thanks for coming to stay and even listen to us. I'm just ranting about Igbo people today. I beg, when somebody annoy you like this, you just have to rant. Lecky Nati, Levi Nati, thank you so much. Waski Henry, Pearl Mweze, thank you, everybody. And on behalf of Dr. Erica and everybody who is a member of our crew, my name is Dr. Chidi. I'm signing off from here, and I'll see you guys at the next broadcast. Take care of yourselves, okay? Bye-bye.